Facebook, right?
Nah, Facebook. I got Facebook working.
Okay, cool.
And Facebook going live now. Make sure we like,
share,
subscribe, right?
Hold on.
Shalom. Shalom. This is I.S.U.P.K. DC, came out of 1 West, 100th Street, New York. I'm all priest and officer in the Kamaya. This is our Wednesday's law class. We're going to get into the law. Today I want to get into voting, and I want to show you how neither the Republican Party nor the Democratic Party will help black people.
Right.
A lot of us are, we excited right now. Trump is getting out of office. We think the nightmare is over. But no, the nightmare is just beginning.
Right.
Like, you gotta understand, like Trump, like a Republican or somebody like Trump or Republican usually is more boisterous. You know, a Democrat is more quiet, but they're doing the same thing. Like how Trump said Trump was still with the police. So the police, they didn't have to be so cool with criminals. Like as they go into the car, you have to watch their head, let them bump their head. You know, all the bad hombres and all the stuff he said about blacks and Latinos. And you think, and now that Trump is out of office, we think that Joe Biden and Harris is going to help black people now. Now it's going to change. Now they're going to attack those issues, and it's not true. We're going to bring up history, and we're going to break your heart tonight because you believe, like a lot of us believe, like Harris is going to be good, and the so-called first black woman vice president. Everybody's all excited. We're breaking barriers and we're breaking records. The first black woman vice president. Like no. Like this woman was a prosecutor. This woman never cared about black issues.
Right.
Now that she's running for a campaign, she's running for the Biden campaign. She had to change her image and change her mind. But the things that he good. Just don't let him touch the camera. He just had to change. She was against. I mean, she would never deal with police shootings,
right?
Or attacking police shootings, or persecuting guilty cops. She told black people it's not her job. You can read that in the New York Times article. We're gonna pull that later, as though she was a senator and a prosecutor in California. The black people there in California were pleading for her to, attack these issues and persecute the guilty cops, and she told us straight up, that's not my job.
Right.
But now that she's running for Biden, of course she's gonna change for that's what politics do. That's what politicians do. They sell you a dream so you can vote for them. They'll tell you anything so you can vote for them, and they can get you on their side. But once they're in office, they go back to regular.
Right.
So we gotta understand. So when Biden and Harris be in office, you're gonna get longer times, like longer sentences. When you get arrested, you're gonna get longer sentences. Look out, and let's look out and watch and see if there's gonna be some kind of war. This could be the start of World War III. We can see. Well, and the reason I say that is because, and I'm not on Trump's side, but Trump was the only one that went over and sit and talk to politicians. Sit and talk to the Russian, the leader of Russia, Putin, and talk to the leader of China. That was the record that Trump said. It was the first time an American president came over and sat down and had a meeting or whatever.
Right.
And he did that to try to be friends, with the other leaders of the world. The Democrats, wouldn't do it, or for whatever reason. And we also going to get into why our black, we had 2 black women in DC. Somebody pulled that article up where the 2 black women, when the black woman got stabbed multiple times. Let's read that, because we're fighting a fight that is not our fight. Like, what the hell are you out? What the hell are we doing out there protesting and trying to fight the Proud Boys? Like, you gotta understand. And it's dumb because okay, you like the people who voted for Biden, then your job is done. Biden's in the office now. So you gotta understand you going out there. When you going out, what are you out there protesting? What are you out there protesting? You out there to stand up against the people, the Proud Boys who at the White House? Let them do it. Trump has to leave the office. Trump has to leave. Stay in the house, man. Black, especially if you're black or Latino. That is not your battle, man. You're still gonna be with Biden in office. You're still gonna be shot by racist cops. Trust me. It's not gonna stop. Black cops are still are not gonna get indicted. You know what I'm saying? You got an article?
Sloppy. You told them about the black woman that got stabbed or the one that got beat up?
It was a woman that got stabbed and she was just laying in the middle of the street. She was on a motorcycle. You got it?
I've seen the lady on a motorcycle, but that was the one with her wife. Like it was lesbian.
Mm-hmm.
She the one that got
right. It was another one who was late. Was she laid out in the street? Okay, give me that one. And Barack, you give me Isaiah chapter 30 verse 1.
I got that.
Okay. Go ahead.
God, the book of Isaiah chapter 30 verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me.
Woe to the rebellious children, take counsel, but not of the Most High. Like we're not taking counsel. We're not taking counsel of the Most High. Right. Like you gotta understand. What that means is when trouble is happening. When trouble is happening, we're supposed to look up to the Most High and look to the man of the Lord.
Right.
But what is our trouble right now? Innocent black people being shot by racist cops, man. And we're looking for another white man or another politician to deal with that, and they are not. They're not gonna stop. What they're gonna do is protect. What they continue to do. They're gonna do what they continue. What they've been doing is protect those Proud Boys, protect the KKK. If you look at the videos this weekend, there was a MAGA march. The Proud Boys was out in DC marching. You had some Democrats, you had gays and blacks out there trying to stand up against them. Trying to stand up against them. Stop, Masha. Leave him alone. Sit down. Sit down. So what happened was you had black leaders trying to. You had blacks and gays trying to set up against them. So what happened? Was there was a black. There was usually, there's a gate around the White House. So a lot of blacks and gays, they'll put Black Lives Matter banners over the gate that's around the White House, and Gay Lives Matters and the gay community matters and stuff like that. Some of the Proud Boys were snatching down their banners. So there's a black woman and a gay guy who chased after the guy, trying to get their banner from him. And as soon as they got close to the Proud Boy, the cop came and separated, stood between them, and the Proud Boys, who are supposedly the villains, who are the villains and the racist ones, they're the ones who were protected by the cops. What you gotta understand is those cops are that's what they've been doing. They've been protecting the KKK. Racist white people have been protected. It's because the cops are racist. You know what I'm saying? This is their job. They're gonna stand for their people.
Right.
Black. It don't matter who's in office, black or Latino man or woman. You gotta understand that this fight is not your fight. You gotta stand with the Most High God. You gotta stand with Christ, or else it's gonna be confusion. All right. So like, give me you go and continue to read, Barbershop.
Go. The book of Isaiah chapter 30 verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel but not of me, and that cover with their covering, but not of my spirit.
And why are we so rebellious? Like we were rebelling. we're rebelling against the Lord. We are rebelling against the Lord by voting. The Lord never voted. We already have a king. Our king is a black man named Jesus Christ.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Biden can't be it. Obama, Bill Clinton, none of those leaders help the black community. And that's why it's so confusing, because black people get so hyped every election, especially when there's somebody you don't like in office. Whether, you know, when George Bush was in office, everybody hated George Bush, and Obama came. The black hope. Some celebrities call him the Lord, our Lord and Savior. And he didn't do a damn thing for us.
Right.
But Obama did save some car companies. He saved GMC and they went bankrupt. He gave money to the Jewish community. He gave money to different communities and different businesses. But he did not bail out the black community, man. Because it's not in their interest. What you gotta understand is black people of color that's in office, like they are, you know, what we call today sellouts. They're sellouts. Like they're not gonna help. You know, why would somebody who's trying to get, you gotta think about anybody that's trying to be successful. Rather you sometimes a celebrity, you try to be successful and just be, you know, a manager in a white man's company, or a politician. A politician is trying to be as much of a coon as they can. They try, and by doing that, they're going to hate what the white man hates and loves what the white man loves. And if the white man hate black people, that black politician is going to prove to the white man that he hates black people too, or that she hates black people too. That's why it doesn't matter who's in office, whether they're a black man or Latino man. They're not going to stand for the interests of black people. Go ahead and read. No, Marsha, I know.
That they may add sin to sin.
Right. We can read from the top.
Come. Book of Isaiah, chapter 30, verse 1. Mm-hmm. Woe to the rebellious children.
Stop right there. Woe to the rebellious children. Man, destruction is going to come to us. We're going to be destroyed. Every time we believe in a politician, like we believe in Barack Obama. And around about Barack Obama's third or fourth term, black people were heartbroken. Latino people were heartbroken. They started waking up and start saying, Obama didn't do a damn thing for us.
Right.
Like at first, Obama's first term before he got elected, black people were mad at the ISUPK. ISUPK was in a corner. Commander Junior YAHANNA was in a corner saying, "Don't vote for Barack Obama." And they were disgusted with the UPK for saying that.
Right.
The third, once Obama's third or fourth term was came around, and they said that, and black people started to wake up and see like he wasn't going to help us, then they started realizing like he wasn't going to do nothing for us, man. It's going to be the same thing with Biden. It's going to be the same thing with Harris. Like, they aren't going to do nothing for us, man. And we're going to be heartbroken again until we finally choose the right leader, which is Yahweh, black name of Jesus Christ. Until we come up under the I.S.U.P.K. And the reason why we're saying why am I saying Christ will work? You gotta understand that. You gotta understand this. The reason why we're going through so much sorrow, the reason why we're getting murdered, the reason why we're at the bottom of the earth is because black people and Latino people as a whole have sinned against God. Right now, God has put us in this position. So what we gotta do is we gotta come back to God, come back to the Most High. And then we'll be put on high, man. That's what and I'll pull that scripture to prove that later on. You're going to continue to read.
Come. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me.
Right. We trying to take counsel. We trying to get advice and help from a Democratic Party, or Republican Party. Neither party is going to be good for the black community.
Right.
Both parties have put you in jail, black man. You don't understand that.
Right.
Like Democrats, like Bill Clinton, he signed, the criminal bill. Bill Clinton and the Clintons called black people super predators, man.
That's right.
What more, how bad can it get? What more do you need to understand that no party, Democrat, no Republican, will help us?
Right.
Read on.
Come. And that covered with a covering, but not of my spirit,
Right, we covered with a cover. Like we united. Everybody united. Black, white, gay, straight, united against Trump, thinking the nightmare was going to be over, but it's not. You gotta understand. Once Biden is in office, and all the white people who were dancing with you when Biden got in office, they're gonna go back to hating you. Or they're gonna go. They celebrated with you in the streets when Biden got in office, but they're gonna go back to their normal, regular lives and be separate from you, and not want anything to do with you, man. It's so sad. Where as though for hundreds of years we've been seeking the love of a white man. Black people still in 2020 just want to be accepted by America and by the white man. And we'll do anything to receive his acceptance and love and to be treated equal.
Right.
When the heartbreaking thing is that he will never do that, it will never happen, man. It just won't. So what we gotta do is we gotta gather ourselves amongst each other.
That's right.
Under a righteous order.
Right.
Go ahead and continue to read. Right?
Cut. That they may add sin to sin.
Right, you want to add sin to sin. First, you're voting. We voted for somebody that's not Christ, and he's fine. He should be fine. Come out, get out of there, Marsha. Come out. We're voting for somebody. We're voting for somebody who was not, we're voting against him on sides. But most of us angry when we vote for somebody who's not Christ or not him.
Right.
And we're voting for, the homosexuals were excited because the Democrats fight for homosexual rights. That's what Obama did.
Right.
Oh, a lot of times when you see Obama, a painting or a comic by Obama, I seen one with Obama when they painted Obama wearing a wig and a dress. They painted him as a cross dresser, and the picture was representing him, showing what he fought for.
Right.
Obama fought for gay rights. He fought for gay people to be married.
Right.
And he fought for all the gay rights. Now and he pushed for, united same-sex bathrooms and all evil. And I heard it, and now we're hearing a rumor that Harris might fight to legalize prostitution. We're gonna find out how true that is, but that that was a rumor. No, do not go up there. So, it's ridiculous. The Democratic Party is going to fight for more evil, more wickedness. That's what they're going to fight for. That's what they're going to continue to fight for. That's it. You got it, bro?
Yeah, Isaiah.
Yeah.
Come, verse 2. That walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh.
Read it again. What?
Verse 2. That walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh.
Right, we ain't asking the Most High mouth. We see that racism is going on. We see that black people being killed, and there's no safety for black people. And we do not ask to the Lord's mouth. We do not come to the man of the Lord and ask, what can we do to stop this problem? But we do what? We don't ask to the Lord's mouth, but we do what instead?
Come. Salaki, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Salaki. That go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth.
And Egypt is America. And we want to go ask America for help. Read on.
Come. To strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh.
To strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh. What does that mean, man? To get help and to be strengthened by a president. We're trying to strengthen ourselves in Obama and we failed.
Right.
We failed. We're trying to strengthen ourselves in Biden. That's why you had some parties, some black rappers and black celebrities, and all the black celebrities just knew that things are going to go good once they vote for the Democrats. Once Biden was in office, man. We try to strengthen ourselves in Biden when he get in office. We'll see. We know the homosexuals will be strengthened. Possibly, it was a rumor, prostitution may be legalized. All sin is going to be strengthened, man. That's it. That is about it. Other than that, black man, we're gonna still be poor. We still gonna be. There's gonna be more videos coming out of us being shot, and the people who are dying now in the streets, who are fighting against the Making America Great Again march, even like those people aren't going to be indicted. Like there's been so far, I've seen 2 women who have been stabbed by white men, who've been stabbed by the Proud Boys, and you know they've been stabbed by the Proud Boys, and you know been injured.
Right.
You can die. You fighting a fight, black man and black woman, especially black woman. What the hell are you doing?
Right.
Like, take your ass to the house. Like, what are you doing? Why are you out there in the streets trying to fight against some Proud Boys, fighting against men?
Right.
If any, like, you know, sit back. And if those Proud Boys come knocking at your door, that's something different. You're defending yourself.
Right.
But for you to go out there and think everything is going to be fine, no. This is a, you know, this is you know, what's going on is like a mini civil war, mini race war,
Right.
you know, it's a mini war against Democrats and Republicans, man. And it's not a fight for you. You out there getting stabbed up for nothing, man.
Right.
Go ahead and continue.
Come. And to trust in the shadow of Egypt.
We trust in the shadow of Egypt. You to trust in the power, and we're gonna trust it. We're gonna trust that America is gonna help. America is gonna help you out. America is not gonna help you out.
Right.
America's not gonna save us out of the hell. America's not gonna save. The Democratic Party is not gonna help us stop being poor.
Right.
They're not gonna bail us out. You know, like Ice-Cube. He was trying to go. He went to the Democrats and he went to the Republicans for them to sign a bill to give about $500 billion or some $100 billion to the black community so we can close the gap. What gap? The gap of how wealthy white people are in America, and how poor black people are. He's trying to level out. He's trying to level out the gap. When that's not going to happen. Where we at?
Verse 3. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame.
Read that again.
Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame.
Therefore the strength of Pharaoh shall be your shame. You were shamed. It's so crazy how you forget. When Barack Obama got in office, black man and black woman and Latino woman, we should have known that was it. It was a wrap. Like, if you ain't know before, you should know now. When Obama got out of office, you should have said, you know what, it ain't, there's no American president that's going to help us. We got to find something else.
Right.
That's what you should have known.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of us said. That's what a lot of black people start saying. A lot of black people start saying Obama didn't do nothing for us.
Right.
And all of a sudden, Trump got in office. Then, Trump got in office, and because some white people, some gay white people, and some other white people didn't like him, black people, once again, we thought we had, now all of a sudden, you got a common enemy. You a black man, most black people are, and Latinos are Democrats. And now, you hold hands with a Democratic white man because you have, because you had the same enemy, which was Trump. And now you feel united. Now y'all hold hands to take down Trump. Whereas though, that wasn't the case. Even in the protests, I'm gonna show you how much of a coward the white man is. This is the thing. The Democratic white people never protested until you started protesting with Black Lives Matter.
Right.
What happened was black people protested innocent black lives being taken by the cops. All of a sudden, you start seeing white people man up. Right. But if you paid attention, those white people was fighting against Trump and fighting against other things. The majority of them did not stand by Black Lives Matter, but what they did was use you, like they use us, like they usually do and always do. They used us to protest their own agenda. They just used you because you was out there with the numbers. That was it. Give me Isaiah chapter 31. Was there anything else in that, Barack?
Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion.
It's confusing. Why is the trust of Americans so confusing? Because it's like, wait a minute. wait a minute, okay, we just got George Bush out of office. We just got, okay, boom, he's out of office. We got Barack Obama in office. He gonna help us. He gonna help the black community. Oh, no, he didn't. He ain't help us. Now Trump in office. Oh man, we gotta get him out of here. He's dangerous.
Right.
Trump is out of office, and Bill and Biden and Harris is gonna make sure you are locked up with a key thrown away. That's it. Look at we're gonna pull up Kim Harris's record, man. We're gonna pull up her record. Go ahead. You got them sitting separate chairs. They ain't that too close to each other. No, please. He can have this pen, right? You need another pen? You got 31:1.
Come. Go
ahead.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 31, verse 1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help.
Once again, destruction to them. You're going to be destroyed and heartbroken going down to America for help. It's not going to help us. Same thing with I.S.U.P.K trying to get money from Democrats or Republicans. It's going to be destroyed because you understand, they're not going to give us anything for free.
Right.
It's always going to be some kind of strings attached to it. Go ahead.
Come. And stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong.
Right, we trust it. Right, that means what? What is their horses and their chariots? What is that? Go ahead.
It's like, so if I meaning they, like their military might, law enforcement.
We trust in America because they're military might and because they're many. Right. That's what some people are, stand with America for that because of their army. Go ahead.
Okay. Because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel.
Right. We don't look unto the Holy One of Israel. We don't realize when black people realize the Lord is making America. The Lord is making America fall. America's falling. That's why Trump was saying, "Make America great again." They know America is falling.
Right.
America's going to continue to fall. Now that it's fallen, what are you going to do in this time, Black and Latino man? If you're going to vote for America, you're going to fall with America, man.
Come.
But you got to look to the whole, like the Bible says, you got to look to the Holy One of Israel. What's coming after the fall? What is coming after the fall of America? Another kingdom. That is your kingdom. The kingdom of Israel is coming, man.
Right.
With Christ ruling. That's what the I.S.U.P.K. That's what we fight for. We're fighting to rule, to be the next rulership.
Right.
That's what we're fighting for. We're not fighting to stand with America. That's not what we're fighting for.
No.
You go ahead. You continue on.
Come. Neither seek the Lord. Verse 2. Yet he also is wise and will bring evil and will not call back his words, but will arise against the house of the evildoers and against the hope of them that work iniquity.
Nobody got?
Nope.
Mashallah, no.
Nope.
Sit down. Go and sit. Sit down. Have a seat. What we got? Read 2 verses up.
Come. Verse 1, sir. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord.
Read again.
Come. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots.
Right. Woe to them that trust in America's army and their might. Go ahead.
Come. Because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong.
Right. Because America's military is strong. America is the strongest nation. Go ahead.
Come. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel.
And that's our problem. That's going to be the downfall, man. That's going to be the downfall. Like, Biden gonna get in office, and black people are gonna get longer sentences.
Right.
Instead of you getting 5 years, you're getting 10 years. Instead of 10 years, you're getting 20, man.
Right.
You're gonna get longer sentences and life sentences. You're gonna be locked up with the key thrown away, man. That's what we gotta understand. Now that's saying we were so black people were so happy, when Biden got in office. But let's pull a record. Let's pull Biden and Harris's record. I got this New York Times article here. The New York Times. The title is called Top Cop Kamala Harris Record of Policing the Police. It says, and this article was published on August 9th, 2020. It says this summer of tear gas turmoil. Close your mouth. This summer of tear gas and turmoil, Kamala Harris has not been quiet. She was on The View. The California senator spoke about reimagining and how we do public safety in America. On the Senate floor, you got it? Okay, go ahead.
On the Senate floor, she sparred with Rand Paul after the Kentucky Republican blocked a bill to make lynching a federal crime.
Right, read that part again. So now, she was sparring, on the Senate floor. She on a debate. She was going against the Kentucky Republican Rand Paul because he wanted to block a bill that will ban lynching.
Right.
Go ahead and read. But we're gonna find out that she's no different. The only reason why she's trying to turn heel now and have a change of heart is because she was running for vice president. But we'll see. Let's see her record before she was running for vice president. Go ahead.
On the Senate floor, she sparred with Rand Paul after the Kentucky Republican blocked a bill to make lynching a federal crime. And she is among the Democrats sponsoring policing legislation that would ban chokeholds, racial profiling, and no-knock warrants.
Right. All of a sudden, she's against chokeholds. Harris is against chokeholds and racial profiling and no-knock warrants.
Right.
Go ahead.
Come. On Twitter, she expressed frustration that police officers who killed a black Kentucky woman, Breonna Taylor, during a drug raid gone wrong, still have not been charged.
Right, and now Harris is upset about Breonna Taylor all of a sudden. And we're going to see how she acted. She acted before she was running for VP. Go ahead.
Come. As a leading contender to beat Joseph R. Biden Jr.'s running mate in the final days before his decision, Ms. Harris has emerged as a strong voice on issues of police misconduct that seems certain to be central to the campaign. Yet, in her own unsuccessful presidential run, she struggled to reconcile her calls for reform with her record on these same issues during a long career in law enforcement.
Ms. Harris had a long record in law enforcement. And when she was in law enforcement, we're going to read about how Harris did not stand for the innocent black lives that was killed by the racist cops. She did not. The only reason now she's standing for Breonna, trying to act like she cares about Breonna Taylor and care about black issues is once again she wanted to be the vice president of the United States of America. Go ahead.
Come. Indeed, an examination of that record shows how Miss Harris was far more reticent in another time of ferment a half decade ago. Since becoming California's Attorney General in 2011, she had largely avoided intervening in cases involving killings by the police.
Right. In 2011, she became the California's Attorney General. And it says she largely avoided intervening in cases involving killings by the police.
Right.
Like the killing, like the police, the black people being killed, had families protesting and standing up for them, and pleading for Harris to intervene and to, open up a case and now go after and pursue these racist cops that was killing these black people. And we're gonna find out her response. Go ahead.
Protesters in Oakland distributed flyers saying, tell California Attorney General Kamala Harris to prosecute her killer cops. It's her job.
Right. They said, all right, the protesters were saying, look, you Attorney General, it's your job to persecute these racist cops in Oakland that's killing these black people, the innocent black people in Oakland. Go ahead and read.
Come. Then, amid the national outrage stoked by the 2014 killing of Michael Brown in Ferguson, Missouri, came pleas for her to investigate a series of police shootings in San Francisco.
Have a seat.
Where she had previously been district attorney.
Sit down.
She did not step in, except in...
Read again.
Come.
Go 2 lines up. You good, Bart. You good.
Then amid the national outrage stoked by the 2014 killing of Michael Brown in Ferguson, Missouri, came pleas for her to investigate a series of police shootings in San Francisco.
This is mother.
Where she had previously been district attorney. She did not step in, except in extraordinary circumstances. She said it was not her job.
Read it again. She said what? So now, remember when Slide says we take the blanket and you can put that over your head. You can let you put the coat over the child, over the baby. You can bring my shower water. Yeah, you can see if she wants some more. That's like element of the rock, baby. I want you to continue to read. You can see if the sister needs some water. You can sit over here. You can take it.
Myself.
Right now.
She said where?
This one.
Right here.
That's right here.
Okay.
And give her that green cup of that juice. You go ahead and read.
Come. Still, her approach was subtly shifting. During the inaugural address for her second term as Attorney General, Ms. Harris said the nation's police forces faced a crisis of confidence.
Oh, sorry. Go back up 3 verses by what she said. I want you to start at then amid the national outrage.
Come.
Uh-huh.
Then amid the national outrage stoked by the 2014 killing of Michael Brown in Ferguson, Missouri,
right,
came pleas for her to investigate a series of police shootings in San Francisco.
Right. So when Michael Brown got killed, that's when there was an outreach. There was an outreach and outpour for all the protests were going on. So now the people in her state in California were saying, well, look, we need you to investigate the killings here,
right,
in California. Go ahead.
Come.
And let's see what she said to those black people.
Come. Where she had previously been district attorney. She did not step in.
She did not step in. This is your vice president. This is your vice president that you voted in office for.
Right.
You know what Trump was saying, bad hombres and was telling the cops, not to be, they don't have to be so soft with the criminals or the people they lock up. But you gotta understand that they don't care about it. The Harris don't care about black people neither. Read it again.
Come. Investigate a series of police shootings in San Francisco, where she had previously been district attorney. She did not step in.
She did not. Harris did not. When she was general attorney of California, she did not step in. She did not step in and investigate the killings of innocent black people.
Right.
Go ahead.
Except in extraordinary circumstances, she said it was not her job.
She said it was not her job, man. It is her job. And it was her job. It is her job. It was her job, man. That's what we gotta understand. She said it wasn't her job, but it is her job. Harris did not care about black people, man. And that's why I brought up the scriptures, Isaiah 1, Isaiah 30, and Isaiah 31, where the Lord said, when you trust in Egypt, it's gonna be your confusion. It's gonna be your confusion because you're gonna be confused by Biden and Harris. Because you're gonna think that it helps. You're gonna think that it helps. So like, you gotta take you take them over here. Yeah. You're gonna this shit right. Read the shit right here. Hey, what's going on, bro? How you doing? All right, what's your name?
Chris.
Chris, good to meet you. Yeah, you're gonna think what we're gonna do is think that Biden and Harris are gonna help. What we're reading right now is an article in the New York Times about how Harris is the so-called first, she's not black, but the first colored woman vice president. And what we read about is how I'm pulling up her record because a lot of black people trust in her, but they don't realize when she was the Attorney General of California, she didn't care about the killings of black people in California. And a lot of black people, go ahead.
So, this quick question online. Sister asked, what was the name of the article again?
Oh, the name of the article, it's in the New York Times. The article I read about Harris is New York Times. It's called Top Cop. Kamala Harris's record of policing the police. It's in the New York Times. It was published August 9th, 2020. Right. Was there any more questions online? Okay, let me know if any more questions on Facebook or YouTube. You go and continue to read.
Come. Still, her approach was subtly shifted during the inaugural address for her second term as Attorney General.
Right. So now suddenly her choices and the things that she talked about switch all of a sudden. Every time when somebody's trying to get a new position in office, Attorney General or Senator or President or Vice President, that's what politics do. They lie.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like she does not care about. She showed and she said that it wasn't her job. They don't care. She does not care about the innocent black lives that were murdered by the police. But for her to become vice president or to get another term as Attorney General, she will lie. And what black people got to do, what we got to understand, what we got to do is stop being so gullible. We got to stop. We fall for the same thing. Like once again, I brought up Barack Obama for a reason. Most of us believed that Barack Obama was going to change the black community, but he did not.
Right.
After Barack Obama got out of office, we should have known that was a wrap. That should have been a wrap for us. Like some of us knew better to even vote for Obama, but for the ones that did not know, we should know better after Obama got out. Like we should know after that, like nobody was going to help us.
Right.
And we should have found a new resolution or a new solution. Go ahead and read.
Come. Ms. Harris said the nation's police forces face a crisis of confidence. Mm-hmm. And by the end of her tenure in 2016, she had proposed a modest expansion of her office's powers to investigate police misconduct.
Right. Now, all of a sudden, first in 2011, she said it's not my job. But now in 2016, when she was running for another term for Attorney General, we're gonna invest in these police shootings. We're going to try to see what's going on. We're going to, persecute these. We're going to investigate these issues.
Right.
She don't give a damn, man.
Right.
She's lying to us in our face, and we got to see it.
Come.
We got to learn. We got to learn politics by now.
Right.
Like, we got to wake up. Go ahead.
Come. Begin reviews of 2 municipal police departments and back their Justice Department investigation in San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
Critics saw her taking baby steps when bold reform was needed.
Right. When it was time for her to step up and do her damn job and investigate, she was taking baby steps.
Right.
And there's a when she's doing that, when she's debating against another senator, there was another woman that brought out how there were innocent black people being locked up, and they could have, and they brought out how on purpose she would not investigate or try to help that innocent person from not being locked up.
Right.
Like she just let them get locked up. Right. Go ahead.
So like, sir, if I may, they even got a report where they said that her team purposely tainted evidence. So brothers and sisters who was getting locked up, on her clock.
Right.
They purposely was, it wasn't there. That wasn't the evidence.
Right.
It was just forcing evidence on them that wasn't even theirs, and they was still locking them up for it.
Right, and that's what they do. That's what they're doing. They didn't give a damn about us, man. But we think her as vice president and Biden as president things are going to change for us. It's not, man. Things are not going to get better. We got to do is trust in God, trusting a black man named Jesus Christ, Yahweh Shai in Hebrew, man.
Right.
That's what we got. We got to come back to this Bible, and I know, and it's so. When black people hear that, come back to the Bible, they think, I've been going to church on Sunday. I know I've been listening to the Bible all my life. I know God, and they don't. But they're so confused by Christianity, they think they know God. What they know is the white image of Christ. What they know is, God loves everybody.
Right.
They don't know that God will be they don't know that God will be an enemy to your enemies.
Right.
They don't know that God is a man of war. They don't know that God has a chosen people that he chose to be his loved ones, which is a black or Latino man or a Native Indian, Israelite. They don't know that God chose the children of Israel to be his people, and he's going to stand for his people once they come back to him and obey him.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? They don't know that. That's the confusion. You know what I'm saying? We Christian, we Muslim, we this and we that, we atheists. We halfway don't know. We in and out. Like, damn, I don't know. Like, I believe. I know. I need help. I know I need to change, but you know what I'm saying. I don't know. What the hell to believe in, really.
Right.
And it's because of Christianity, man.
Right.
Because they lied. They lied to us in them churches. You know what I'm saying. But the I.S.U.P.K, we're gonna tell the truth.
That's right.
We're gonna open up this Bible and show you the truth of this Bible, so there's not gonna be no more confusion.
Right.
And most definitely gonna show you that voting is confusion. You know what I'm saying? Obama was confusion. Bill Clinton, any president, all these presidents were confusion to us, man. We voted these people in, and our lives did not change.
Right.
It's because these presidents, they are not. You gotta understand the founding fathers of America. George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Abraham Lincoln, Andrew Jackson, all the founding fathers, man. They were racist. You know what I'm saying? It's that, it's in this, that is the spirit of America.
Right.
Which is to, come to a land, conquer it, and to stand for, their people, their race, which is Caucasian. You get what I'm saying? It wasn't, and they had us as slaves.
Right.
They killed the Native Indians, had some Native Indians as slaves, but they don't, it was never their job or never in their wishes to have black people to be equal to them. And that's what we keep fighting for. We fighting to be equal to them.
Right.
We fighting to, close like Ice Cube was trying to do, trying to get the bill from the Democrats or Democrats or the Republicans. We trying to be equal to them and close the gap. And we got to realize that, you know what I'm saying, that's not the white man's, that's not in his plan. But that's fine. We don't have to go by his plan.
Right.
We go with a plan in the Bible, which is for black people to be on top again.
Right.
That's what we got. That's what we need to go by. And this Harris, this Harris woman, this East Indian Kamala Harris, is going to give us longer sentences in jail.
Right.
We're going to be locked up longer.
Right.
Under Biden, we're going to be locked up longer. Yes, Trump was racist, but Biden is damn racist too.
Right.
Go ahead. You continue to read the article.
Come. Critics saw her taking baby steps when bold reform was needed, a microcosm of a career in which she developed a reputation for taking cautious, incremental action on criminal justice, and more often than not, yielding to the status quo. The daughter of an Indian mother and Jamaican father who met in Berkeley in the social protest movement in the 1960s. Miss Harris has said she went into law enforcement to change the system from the inside.
Right. That's what she thought. That's what she said she was going to do. And that's what and she's not black, but a lot of black people think they're going to do that also. What they're trying to do is they go and try to, they say, you know what? The police system is evil and bad. What I'm going to do is go in, I'm going to become a cop.
Yeah.
And I'm going to change. I'm gonna be a good cop.
Right.
What they don't understand is the thing is, this is what happens. Just like General Housing Young bring out. General Housing Young always brings out how, before he was a general, before the UPK, before he became Housing Young, he brings out how in his past that he was in the police force.
Right. And
how it was the police called somebody on it was a black guy that was like a drug addict or a homeless guy or something like that. He ran in the alley. Now he chased the dude in the alley. I think the dude might have had a weapon or something like that, but he told him to drop the weapon, and he went ahead and arrested him. And a white cop came to Haziana and was like, "You should have shot him. When nobody gonna say nothing.
Right. You
should have killed him." That is the police system. That is the system of America.
Right.
That is the America's. That is a spirit against black people. You get what I'm saying? You trying to become a Republican or a Democrat, trying to become a president in America, trying to change America, you're going to be sadly stopped. You're going to be awoken to the truth, whereas though this ain't about you. This is about keeping the same order in the same structure.
Right.
And the structure in America is a racist structure, man.
Right.
And it's not going to be changed. That's what black people got to understand. And since it's not going to be changed, what should we do about that? We should stop trying to protest and stop trying to change it and get with our own system. We got a system right here in the Bible. We got to come back to the system of the Bible, the structure of the Bible.
Right.
The structure and the system of America, no matter how much we vote, ain't going to stop. It's not going to help us.
Right.
That's what we got. We got to wake up to that. We got to wake up to that, man. You got to come back to God. You got to, and especially if we realize that we're living in the last days. If you live in the last days, and America is going to be destroyed, what the hell are you fighting for?
Right.
Shouldn't you automatically come back to God?
Right.
And try to figure out what's the answer? Voting ain't gonna. If we living in the last days, voting ain't gonna help.
Right.
Changing your life. Fighting sin, fighting your demons, fighting yourself, and coming back to obeying God will help you more than voting. That's what we got to wake up and understand. But some of us not ready to do that, and it's sad, because it'll be, and it's good that the brothers, the sisters that come up in here that try to fight is good, because majority of blacks and Latinos we don't have the strength to start even to try to fight. They even try to come into the class. They even try to listen. It's even a fight to even, open your ears and listen to what we're saying. That's why a lot of people, a lot of people hear it, some people stop and listen. When we're on the street speaking or come to class and listen, some people keep on going because they'd rather just stay asleep.
Right.
It's too much of it takes a lot of strength to change yourself. Right. And hear the truth.
Come.
You can go and read that. Continue to read.
Come.
I'm gonna find you another article where Kamala Harris was against police wearing body cams. There's gonna be another one that blows your mind. You thought Trump, and I'm not standing for Trump, but you thought Trump was so bad and so evil. How evil is it that you don't even want cops to wear body cams to capture the evil, the wicked that they're doing to us?
Right.
Wickedness that they're doing to us. Go ahead.
Come. Yet, as district attorney and then attorney general, and the first black woman to hold those jobs, she found herself constantly negotiating a middle ground between two powerful forces, the police and the left in one of the most liberal states in America. Miss Harris declined to be interviewed for this article.
Right. She's going to decline. She declined to be interviewed because she knows about the evils that she was doing, man. She was exposed and, exploited when people were bringing out the things that she did in the past, whereas though she could have helped black people and helped innocent black people when they were locked up, but she didn't do it. She did not investigate the cops, and like you said, brought out that she, her team is tainting evidence,
right?
Or sometimes they was holding evidence until they was forced to release the evidence,
right?
You know what I'm saying? They wanted these people out there. They didn't care about these people getting locked up. And usually when that happens, sometimes some of these people are invested in private-owned prisons. You know what I'm saying? And when you invest in a business or prison, how do you keep that business going? It has to be filled.
Right.
Just like any business. You know what I'm saying? You got a restaurant. Any business you have, you need customers. You need people to come to your business. So you can, have product and produce.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Them jails, invest to the business of jails, and nothing's going to produce if you ain't got no people in there.
Right.
So of course you're going to want people to be locked up.
Right.
No matter if they're innocent or not, you just need a body in that cell, so your business, your investment won't go to waste.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Miss Harris declined to be interviewed for this article, but over the years, she has proudly labeled herself both a top cop and a progressive prosecutor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was a top cop, right? She was a top cop and, made sure that we all, black people, innocent black people was locked up and held and, locked up with the key thrown away, even if they were innocent or not.
Right.
Go ahead.
In her 2000 book, Smart on Crime, she wrote that if we take a show of hands of those who would like to see more police officers on the street, mine would shoot up.
Right. She wanted to see, right. She said, if you took a survey to see who if you took a survey to see, who would want more police officers in the community, she said her hands would shoot up. Yes, I want more police officers in the community. When these cops are destroying us, man.
Right.
These cops they're not helping us in our community.
Right.
It's a setup. Just like, if you look at some of, like, without the body cams, we would never see the footage in Baltimore when the cop forgot to turn off his body cam, and they were trying to lock up a brother. What they did was they planted drugs. They dropped a bag of crack or a bag of coke, and it was caught on his body cam that he dropped it, and they picked it up and tried to say, "Oh, he had, this person had drugs on him."
Right.
When the brother ain't had no drug on him. Or the body cam, whereas though, you seen there was a police chase. A brother was running. I think he was on top of he was like on the roof of a building. It was a young boy. The police ran up the steps and he's on top of the roof. He got his hands up already. The police, boom, shot him anyway. He ain't, at the time, I don't think he died, but he still got, they still shot him just because.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like reaction. It's like natural reaction for them to kill, to shoot black people.
Right. Because
they know they're not going to get prosecuted for. They're not going to get investigated for this thing. Even on film. Go ahead.
Come. Mine would shoot up.
Mm-hmm.
Adding.
Go ahead.
Adding that virtually all law-abiding citizens feel safer when they see officers walking the beat.
Mm-hmm.
Earlier this summer, in the wake of the police killing of George Floyd in Minneapolis, she told the New York Times that it is status quo thinking to believe that putting more police on the streets creates more safety. That's wrong. It's just wrong. All of which poses a question. Is Miss Harris essentially a political pragmatist? Or has she in fact changed? And is the woman to lead a police reform effort from the White House?
Right. I want you to drop down. If you drop all the way down, there's a part where it says from 2002 through 2005.
Oh, okay.
If you come down a little bit.
Got it, okay, I got it.
Mm-hmm.
From 2002 to 2005.
Listen to this. This is another thing that Miss Harris did when she was the Attorney General of California. Go ahead.
Okay. Black people made up less than 8% of the city's population, but accounted for more than 40% of police arrests. Mr. Silla and Paul Henderson, who was Miss Harris's chief of administration and now directs a city agency that investigates complaints about the police, said Miss Harris told her staff not to prosecute arrests based on racial profiling.
Right. So they'll get a lot of reports and a lot of calls from black people saying, to this cop racial profile, this cop racial profile me, this cop racial profile me. She got a lot of calls on racial profiling. What did she say? What did she say on it?
Miss Harris told her staff not to prosecute arrests based on racial profiling.
Right. How's she gonna help? How is she gonna help the black community? We are always being racially profiled against. Like if there's a call for a black man, we all gonna get locked up, no matter who you are. Like I'm a black man, I'm a dark skinned man, 6 foot even. This brother's a brown skinned man. This brother's a caramel skinned man. This brother's a lighter skinned, fair skinned, light skinned man. We all gonna get locked up, even if we all fit the description because we're black. You get what I'm saying? And Harris, and during that time, from 2002 to 2005, wanted to just dismiss calls about racial profiling. Right. This woman never gave a damn about us, man. She's just a politician and just doing her job and trying to win the election. And that's what she won the election now. And she's gonna go back to her regular self, man. So don't be surprised if she goes back to her old self. Right. And she's not gonna fight for Black Lives Matter, and she's not gonna fight to investigate and to persecute these racist cops that's killing innocent black people, man. Right. Black and Latinos. Because that's who she is, and that's who she was. Right. I'm trying to pull up the article where give me Isaiah chapter 30 verse 1.
The book of Isaiah chapter 30 verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel but not of me.
Right, we take counsel but not of God, man. Like we look for Biden and Harris for help, and nobody pulled Harris's record like we doing right now. We pulling her record. Right. You seeing what she did in the past? You see from 2002 through 2005, she didn't care about black people who were reporting being racially discriminated against. She didn't care. She told her team what? Don't take those calls. Don't even worry about looking into those cases. Discharge them. People were surprised at her. We seen ways though in 2011 and 2015 when black people were being killed. The people in California, because she was a general attorney of California, the people in California were saying, "Hey, can you investigate these cop shootings?" And she ain't care. Right. She literally said, "It's not my job." But that's who we voted for. That's what most black people voted for, if we did vote. Go ahead and read on.
Oh, good. That take counsel but not of me, and that cover what they covering, but not of my spirit.
Right, we covered with a cover. We are covered with the American spirit. Right. We're not covered with the covering of America, man. Go ahead.
Oh, Salami, sir, if I may.
Mm-hmm.
People don't realize when Obama was in office, they already voted for Biden for like 8 years.
Right. Right. He was vice president. Yeah, they don't realize he didn't do anything. And like how many people got killed? How many black people got killed and did not get arrested?
Right.
During Obama's term? None.
Right.
It's ridiculous, man. They don't, you know what I'm saying? We gotta realize they don't care about us.
Right.
Why should we care about them?
Right.
It's the reason is this. It's not enough of us on the streets, man.
That's right.
We got more brothers gotta get on the streets to spread this knowledge and truth.
That's right.
So black people can know that there's another answer, there's another solution.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They gotta run into the I.S.U.P.K. So the U.P.K. could tell them no American president is gonna help you. Right. You gotta come back to a black man named Jesus Christ. You gotta come back to Yahweh, man. He said these people, you know, Christ is the only one, the Most High is the only power who is going to destroy this place and help us rise up again in authority on the earth.
Right.
That's it. There's no other answer, man.
Right.
Let me see. Go ahead. Continue to read, Ron.
Good. And that cover what they cover, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin.
Right. That's what we're doing. We're adding sin to sin. Like it's just, you know what I'm saying? It's a sin. God is angry when we vote Democrat or Republican or liberal, when we vote at all. God is angry because he is our power. He is our father. And we're deciding to reach out for help from some white man or some American president.
Right.
Who is passing laws for things that he's against. The Most High is against homosexuality. The Most High is against drugs, man. The Most High is against prostitution. It's a rumor that Harris might try to legalize prostitution. They're going to legalize everything sinful against God. Homosexuality, prostitution. Don't be surprised if pedophilia is legalized. You know what I'm saying? Bestiality, having sex with animals was legalized for the army during Obama's term. So, you know, a lot of sinful things and disgusting things are, you know, passed. But cops, a simple thing, you know what I'm saying, that's not, you know, a sin, is locking up, is being fair. Right. Is delivering black people justice. Is that hard? It seems like that's just not on their agenda. Right. So, you know what I'm saying, they should not be on our agenda. That's what we gotta understand. Black people, you know what I'm saying, we got, Democrats is on the black agenda. They should not be. We should look at them like liars, and we should treat them disgusting. Like when a Democrat, when Biden went to Young Jeezy and all these people, and when Trump went to took a picture with Lil Wayne and all that, all those black people are supposed to look at them and turn their backs on Trump and turn their backs on Biden and tell them we're not stupid. Like, we're not stupid. Like, y'all not gonna help us. Right. Like, we done what y'all done with y'all games. Like, we're not stupid. Like, we should be offended and look at them like, what, you taking me for a fool? I know you're not gonna help us. What you want? Like, go, tell them to go about their business. That's how we should treat them. We should treat them and look at them narrowly, but we don't do that. That, you know what I'm saying? That'll be something powerful. Whereas though any president of America, when we shame them and we tell them to their face, like, we don't trust you. Right. Like that's gonna change the world. That's gonna shake the world when they honestly fit. When we stand as one and show them, like, nah, we don't trust you. We're not gonna vote because we don't believe that you can help us. Right. And we're never gonna vote again. That's gonna be something beautiful, man. You had the rock.
That was Isaiah 31.
You continue on.
Verse 2, that walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Mm-hmm. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion.
Mm-hmm. Give me you could Go. You know, we got the article back up.
Okay.
You can scroll down. We're gonna continue pulling. We're gonna continue pulling Harris's record. Barack, I want to see if you can find an article when it says that Harris was against the police wearing body cameras.
Okay.
You got the August 14th?
Oh, the same one, sir?
Yep, same article. You can scroll down. It says on August 11th, 2014.
So you want me to find out when I was on the New York Times?
Nah, it's not New York. I don't think it's on New York Times.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
On August 11th, 2014, 2 days after Michael Brown was killed in Missouri, police officers in Los Angeles fatally shot Ezell Ford, an unarmed 25-year-old black man with a history of mental illness.
Right, a person with mental illness, like, you know, to treat them like, you know, they're unstable. They're not in the right mind.
Right.
You know, so they deserve to be in a home and you know, and medicated until they can, you know, function and be back into society. But this, you know, the police will shoot anybody, rather you're sane or insane. If you're black, you're done.
Right.
Go ahead.
Okay. Sparking a wave of demonstrations, Ms. Harris deferred to Jackie Lacey, the city's first black district attorney, who ultimately brought no charges.
Right. So, you know, they look for Harris to do something. She deferred. She said, "No, Jackie, you handle it." And then what did Jackie do? She didn't bring no charges to the cops. Where a white man could they could come to arrest a white man. You see videos when they knock on the white man's door and some naked white man running out with a knife, wielding a knife.
Right.
And he don't get shot. Like it's so many different tools on a cop's belt. A taser, mace, a nightstick. But for us, it's the gun. But for them, they don't even pull a gun on the person that's wielding a knife until the last moment. It's ridiculous, man.
Right.
Go ahead.
Okay. Miss Harris.
Something like it. I'm reading it now.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Miss Harris began her second term as Attorney General the next year by outlining steps to make policing fairer and more transparent, saying we must acknowledge that too many have felt the sting of injustice. Still, she hesitated, refusing to endorse AB 86, a bill opposed by police unions that would have required her office to appoint special prosecutors to examine deadly police shootings.
Right.
Continue, sir.
Yeah, continue. Go ahead.
Okay. In San Francisco, the police killed 18 people during Miss Harris's 6 years as Attorney General. But if there was a single flashpoint, it was the shooting of 26-year-old Mario Woods.
Right. 18 people were killed, but then, you know, there was a significant, you know, point where this Mario brother was killed. Go ahead.
Okay. Mario Woods in December 2015. Widely circulated cell phone videos showed officers surrounding Mr. Woods, disturbed, strung out on methamphetamines, and armed with a steak knife. 5 officers fired 46 rounds, hitting him with 21. A series of rallies followed, and an 18-day hunger strike by 5 men who came to be known as the Frisco Five.
Okay, you can drop that.
Okay.
As you see, you can pull up I want you to pull up the criminal bill what Biden said. It was a criminal bill that Biden was with, stood with. And what he said about Biden had said something about black. He didn't want his kids singing with black people or in the area. You familiar with what I'm saying? Okay. Rock, you got it? You didn't find it yet?
No, where did this go?
If you ain't find it, just give me Deuteronomy chapter 17 and 15.
I have a small paragraph.
Yeah, I think it should be something small.
It says in 2015, Harris told the Sacramento Bee she didn't support statewide standards regulating the use of officer-worn body cameras. She wanted local agencies to set their own regulations.
Right. So so she wasn't with. Harris wasn't with. Read it again.
In 2015, Harris told the Sacramento Bee she didn't support statewide standards regulating the use of officer-worn body cameras.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted local agencies to set their own regulations.
Right. Meaning what? Meaning she wanted individual states or individual cities to decide if they wanted to wear a camera or not.
Right.
She didn't find the first bill is making it important because, and the reason the bill was passed because now cops need to wear these body cams.
Right.
Everything that they're doing should be filmed because they're dirty cops. They're racist cops. But if you left it up to Harris, she'll give you the choice. She's so disgusting. She'll give you the choice. And to her, it wasn't important. It wasn't important enough. It wasn't important that, for her, it wasn't mandatory. She didn't care. It shows that she did not care about the innocent black lives that were being killed. It wasn't mandatory. For her, it wasn't mandatory. It was like, it's up to y'all. She said if it had been up to me, I'll let each state or each city decide if they wanted to do it or not.
Right.
I wouldn't have passed a bill that you must wear a body cam.
Right.
And this is the person that you voted for, black man and Latino man, black woman, Latino woman. You voted for Biden and the so-called first black VP. And this woman is terrible, man. She is disgusting. Like we need, all the injustice that happen to black people. We're gonna need the footage. If we don't have the cell phone footage, we need the body cam footage.
Right.
We need footage of the evil actions that's done against us.
Right.
But it had it been up to her, she wouldn't give a damn.
Right.
God help us all for the people who believed in it. God help you people that who voted for Biden and Harris to get in because you thought the nightmare was over. The nightmare has just begun.
Right.
Like it is not over. Like I would rather somebody be up front with me than somebody go behind my back.
Right.
Trump, he was right open. He racist, openly racist. You see he's racist. You know what I'm saying? These Democrats, Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, Biden, and Harris, you got to do some digging, and then you'll find out that they racist.
Right.
But if not, they act like so they'll change their minds. They'll change their ways and lie to you, and act like they're with you and they stand on the black community.
Right.
When they're not. They are snakes and subtile.
That's right.
I rather the Republicans are out and open. They racist, but guess what? The Democrats are racist too. They just more subtile.
Right.
That's it. They just more subtile, and that's what black people gotta understand. Like a lot of us, like both of them are poison. It's like the Republicans. They're gonna point, like they're gonna tell you, or they're gonna show you. Look, I'm about to poison you. The Democrats, what I'm saying, they ain't gonna. They'll just pour it in your drink and you ain't looking. Either way, you're getting poisoned.
Right.
That's what we gotta understand. We gotta understand. It's like somebody telling you they're gonna kill you. You know this person is coming for you. Rather than you just walking outside and all of a sudden a bullet hits you out of nowhere. You didn't even know it was coming.
Right.
It's like we gotta. It's like either way you're dying. That's what we gotta understand. Who had
the article from PolitiFact.
Mm-hmm.
1977, Biden said integrating black students would turn schools into a jungle, a racial jungle.
Woo-hoo. Yo, that's Joseph.
Right.
What Biden say?
Sleepy Joe.
What Joe say? Say it again.
Okay.
In 1977, what?
Biden said integrating black students would turn schools into a jungle, a racial jungle.
He said integrating black students into schools would turn it into a jungle. Joe Biden in 77 called black people animals and racist. Animals.
Right.
Calling you a monkey, man. calling you an animal, man.
Right.
That's what he think about you. Now you think he changed? You think he can have a? You think he can have a change of heart? It's ridiculous, man. Was anything else on that? Go ahead.
Joe Biden warned that without orderly integration, his children will grow up in racial jungle with tensions built so high that it is going to explode at some point.
Mm-hmm.
He was against court-ordered busing to desegregate public schools.
Right, man. He was against it, man. He did not want the schools integrated.
Right.
That's how long he been in office, man. It's ridiculous. You gotta understand that. And also Biden, he's a Democrat, but everybody always said that Biden had like Republican ways.
Right.
So like, you gotta understand, like he's a racist too. Like he don't care.
Right.
See if you find what he said about on the criminal bill. Right. Give me Barack, give me Ezekiel. Was there any questions online?
No.
Give me Ezekiel 35:5.
Hold on, good. I got the book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel.
This scripture is talking about Esau. Esau is a white man. He has had a perpetual. What does perpetual mean? Mm-hmm.
Continuous.
Continuous hatred. America is always going to hate you, black man. It's written in the Bible in Ezekiel. Go ahead.
And has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity.
Right. They have always shed the blood. They have always shed our blood. The white man has killed us forever.
Right.
And ever.
Right.
Always tried to enslave us, always killed us, always hated us.
Right.
It's in their blood. Go ahead.
In the time that their iniquity had an end.
Right. In that time when our iniquity had an end, what does that mean? Meaning this. Black people, we did not have to go to slavery, if you did not know that. If you want to know by now that slavery is a curse by God. You read the curse, you'll find the curse in Deuteronomy 28:68. Moses told us if we did not obey God, that our children will be taken from us, that we will be taken by another people,
right,
that we will worship false gods,
right,
that we will be stricken with mental illness. And he said we'll be taken into slavery by our enemies.
Right.
That's what Moses said. Go ahead and read. Go ahead.
That was the end of that verse.
Okay, so like read it one more time.
Come. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord God, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee.
And that is the future of the white man. That is the future of America. Because so they always pursued us, because they always kill us in the street innocently, because they never give us justice for the crimes that the racist cops do to us. God's going to prepare them for war. They are going to die. The Lord is going to kill them, man. And what we got to do is stand out of God's way. One way to stand out of the Lord's way is not to vote. When you are voting, you don't understand that you are still fighting for a dream. You're fighting for a dream. That dream is to have peace in the evil land that we live in. We're trying to fight for peace while we're living in Babylon.
Right.
There's not going to be any peace in Babylon, man. America is wicked. It's Babylon a whore. Wicked, nothing but wicked and evilness is going to come from America, man. That's it. What we got to pray for and let the Lord do is fall and let America fall.
That's right.
And how do you let America fall? Let America know that you don't trust them, man.
That's right.
You don't got to pick up a gun or any of that. What you do is when it's something powerful, it's not showing up to that poll. What is powerful is not voting for Trump nor Biden. It would just imagine the news would have been beautiful if you'll see the news saying, you know, good morning, breaking news, no black people showed up to the voting polls today. No Latino people showed up to the vote. No Latino people voted today. 0%. 0% black and Latinos voted. How beautiful would that be? That would be breaking news.
Right.
And it would shake America, man.
That's good.
And the Lord will be proud that day. Did I have anybody hold the scripture?
That was the end of Ezekiel.
Give me Deuteronomy 17 and 15.
Come. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 17, verse 15. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose.
Read it again.
Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose.
Right, the Lord God. Give me 14. Give me a verse up.
God, verse 14. When thou art come into the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, and shalt possess it, and shalt dwell therein, and shalt say, I will set a king over me, like as all the nations that are about me. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose.
Mm-hmm.
One from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee.
Right. It said, first of all, if you want to choose you a leader, it said the Lord had to choose him. There was a second thing. It said the Lord got to do what?
And the Lord thy God shall choose one from among thy brethren.
One from among thy brethren, man. Doesn't make sense. If you want to choose you a president or choose you a leader, choose one from among your brethren. Choose somebody that knows your struggle.
Right.
Like, that's, you know what I'm saying? When you go running, it was a sad thing where it was so disrespectful and so sad. When Hillary Clinton was running for office, she had the mothers of like Trayvon Martin, Michael Brown. She had like 4 or 5 mothers of innocent black boys that were killed in the street, right? And like they were like, you know, standing. They were standing with Clinton. Like they had the mothers on commercials and some other things showing and saying like, and you know, they would plead, they would come out and plead to have Hillary Clinton for her to change, you know, to stop the killings.
Right. And
that devil would just keep a straight face. She wouldn't care. It was crazy. It was one time when Mary J. Blige was singing to Hillary Clinton about you know, the trouble and the killings that's happening to us, and like she just kept a straight face, like she did not care, man. And it's crazy to go back to the mothers that they had standing for Hillary Clinton in her campaign. It just shows you how like they use us. Like that's so disrespectful. As though she didn't even give a damn.
Right.
What she did was just use them as a prop, so black people could see. Oh, Hillary Clinton, she's standing with the mothers of the slain boys who were slain by the racist cops. Maybe we should vote for her. This was doing her run with Trump against Trump.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She did not give a damn. We forgetting that she, you know, called us super predators, man.
Right.
It's ridiculous. It's like you can hang that phone number, okay? Go ahead, bro.
If I may too, sir, what you were saying is so heavy as far as choosing a leader that, you know, that understands your struggle. In the verse above in 14 where it said, like as all the nations are, where it says, I will set a king over me, like as all the nations that are about me. What you said was so, you know, heavy as far as choosing a leader that understands your struggle, because every other nation, every other race of people, they have a leader that is blood of their blood, meaning their brethren that understands their people.
Right,
you know, black and Latino people are the only ones that, you know, are choosing a leader that don't understand their struggle.
Right. That's like you know anybody that would choose a white man or an Asian man and try to tell him something about the hood, you don't know nothing.
Right. Kind of.
You know, so he might find the Asian. One of the Asians might find a little something because they sell us chicken and fried rice, but they don't give a damn about us, man.
Right.
Like they cannot relate, you know, to our struggle. A white man most definitely cannot relate That's why now for the last 5 years, black people have tried to break down what it means, trying to explain white privilege to white people.
Right.
Trying to tell them, okay, because like white people come out and not really understand their privilege or their right, saying how easy they have it compared to black people.
Right.
And now they were having some kind of like, interviews and, shows where as though black people would sit down and explain white privilege to white people like it's going to change.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like nothing's going to change, man.
Right.
Nothing we're going to, like we're trying to do everything. We're doing everything but we're doing everything but the right thing, which is come back to the Most High.
Right.
Give me Deuteronomy 28:1. The UPK going to show you what to do. Voting is not going to help. You trying to explain white privilege to white people is not going to help. Trying to tell them about themselves. Us trying to fight for equal pay, that's not going to help. Then that's not going to do anything either. Go ahead. This is the only thing. This is the only thing. The only one thing that is going to help. Go ahead.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Right. If we listen to the voice of the Lord, go ahead. Meaning what? Meaning follow the laws of God.
Right.
Meaning don't be a homosexual. Meaning don't be a murderer. Meaning don't be a meaning don't be a traitor. Don't be a traitor. Don't show drugs. Don't be a prostitute. Do not have sex with another man's woman.
Right.
Don't steal from your brother. Don't be jealous of your brother.
Right.
Don't hate your brother without a cause.
Right.
Go ahead.
Come. Hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day.
If you do those things, if you stop eating pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster, if we obey the laws of God, what will happen, Roger?
That the Lord thy God will set thee on high.
The Lord thy God, if you obey God, he's going to set you above high. Over who?
Above all nations of the earth.
Over all nations of the earth, man. Over all nations. I thought God was equal.
Right.
Are you sure it says that? Are you adding that to the Bible?
Nah, sir.
I think you're adding that because, I learned from my Christian church that, God loves everybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? According to the pastor, he said God loves everybody and Jesus and all love and hold hands, man.
Right.
All I gotta do is just praise Jesus and love everybody, and I get, my invitation to heaven.
Right.
But that's not true. The Deuteronomy is saying what? 28:1 is saying what?
The Lord God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Right, man. You gotta understand that, like the Lord, if we black man, you were chosen by God. You are His favorite people, the Israelite, Hebrew Israelites, who are the blacks, Latinos, and American Indians. And the reason why we aren't, the reason why we're poor right now is because we decided to choose God. We decided to turn our back against God.
Right.
So the Lord turned His back on us. What we got to do is get Him to turn His face on us again, man.
That's right.
Give me 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 3. This is if you want to find this is the way how we gotta get. This is the way we're gonna get the world. This is the way we're gonna get back to God and get back to the Lord.
I got the book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means.
Right. Let no man deceive you. What that mean? What this is talking about is Christ returning. A lot of people are going to say, I am Christ, and saying that Christ is going to return on November 20th.
Right.
No man knows the time when Christ is going to come, but the Lord will show us signs of the times.
Right.
The Lord is going to show us when food is going short, when famine is happening, coronavirus, different viruses and all that, and things shutting down. Those are the signs of the times.
Right.
World War III coming. Those are signs of the times that Christ is coming. Those are the signs that's telling us it's time for you to start getting yourself together, man. It's time for us to start to get rid of the folliness and the silliness of America, the silly beliefs that we have in America, and to get rid of our trust in America and the trust in the Most High God.
Right.
Those are the signs that it's time for us to change our lives, man. Go ahead.
For that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first.
Right, we got to fall away from something first. Christ's not going to come unless we fall away from something. Our lives ain't going to change unless we fall away from something, man. I want it.
Come.
It's the pretzels on. It's some pretzels on top of the fridge. You can get it 2 kids, barbershop. All right, you can just go and everything. Go ahead.
Come. Except there come a falling away first.
Right, we gotta fall away from America. I'm gonna show you how. Go ahead.
And that man of sin be revealed.
And who is that man of sin? The man of sin is a person that's teaching us to be against God. The man of sin is the one where as though we know homosexuality is wrong. We know certain things are wrong, but there's a certain somebody on the earth that will tell us, no, it's okay for you to do it. No, it's okay. It's right. You can do this. You can do that. It's fine. But when we were kids, we heard that certain things were wrong. Go ahead.
The son of perdition.
The son of perdition meaning the son of sin. Who is that son of sin? Go ahead.
Esau.
Esau today is considered a Caucasian man, a white man. He is the son of sin. Go ahead.
That was it. Verse 4. Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God.
Listen to that. There's a person that's on this earth who's opposed of himself and exalt himself as God on the earth.
Right.
There's a person on this earth who's trying to create things and redo things on this earth. There's a person that's telling you that, you'll see God will have a baby come out. That baby naturally is going to have one organ or the other. It's going to be a penis or a vagina. So you know that what? It's a male or a female.
Right. There's
a person who's trying to be God on earth and is now saying, even though this person has a penis, this person is you can call this person, this person can claim themselves to be the opposite sex. Even though that body is telling you, you see that body is telling you something different.
Right.
And if you call that person when they don't want to be called, they are offended, or maybe they can take you to court for it, or you are offending them.
Right.
You are going against their rights. Go ahead.
Or that is worship, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God.
Right, it's somebody that's showing himself that he is God. Go ahead.
Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things.
Right. That was Christ saying that there's a person who's going to oppose himself as God. And who will stand up in the temple of God. That person is the white man.
That's right.
He is the one, when God in Leviticus 20 and 13 will say, a man should not lay down with another man like he lay with a woman. Leviticus 20 and 13 is against homosexuality. And you can find it in Romans. It's against homosexuality.
Right.
The white man will act like he's God and will change what God said and say, you know what, you can be a homosexual. It's fine. Whatever you can do. And now for us, when a person stands up against that and say, no, it's wrong to be homosexual, you can possibly be sued for that.
Right.
Now, you know what I'm saying, with the Lord, now they're having same-sex bathrooms. Now they allow certain people in the army or certain people to have sex with animals. Bestiality. It's ridiculous. Now, it's a rumor. See if that rumor is true if Harris is fighting for let Barack. See if Harris is okay. See if Harris is gonna stand up for prostitution.
Come.
I want you to continue to read. So like listen, if you could type in on Google Harris standing for prostitution. Go ahead and continue. Read from the top again, R1. Or I can have Barack read. Actually, you got your Bible?
What's it?
2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3.
Okay.
I'm gonna let him pick it up. I'm gonna let you look for the articles you're looking for. Oh, brother, actually, you got 2 Thessalonians? You can pull that for me. Okay.
2 Thessalonians, chapter 2, verse 3.
Click on it. Is it true? What does it look like? Is it true? Click on it and let me know what it says. It says you can read it. Just let me know the point, the popular paragraph or the paragraph that should come out, and then raise your hand when you have it. Go ahead, Barack.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come.
Right. Let no man deceive you, for that day shall not come. Meaning Christ, people are saying Christ is going to come. There's some men that's going to tell you the date of Christ. Tell you the man, Christ is going to come. So they say the world is going to end December 21st, 2012. And it's 2020 now. We're still here 8 years later. But remember they were saying that when the world was going to end in 2012, we still here.
Right.
The man does not know the dates. All we know is the signs of the times.
That's right.
Go ahead and read out.
Come.
Yeah.
Except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God.
Right, who exalts himself above all that's called God. You can take him to the sister. The brother got the article, sis. You ain't gotta worry about it. He got our Roger has the article. You can just get the little brother.
So Kamala Harris.
Oh no, it's like I'm gonna let Barack finish reading.
No, it's like.
Go ahead, Barack.
God. All that is worship, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God.
All right, the white man shows himself as God, and black people have accepted it through slavery, through being beat over the head for hundreds of years. Now it's like you got to realize a lot for you to even to say the white man is the devil is powerful. Because when you say that, a lot of our people, black people, Latino people, will be scared. Like, nah, I'm not gonna say that. This, they'll fight you and say, well, there's some good white people out here. They'll fight you and say, well, no, I'm not. I can't be racist. Like we can't imagine ourselves being separate from the white man. Like we're not telling you to pick up no guns or anything. We're telling you that he is a predator. He is an animal.
Right.
Like, would you stay around a hungry lion? You wouldn't. Would you stay around a hungry bear, a vicious bear? No, you would not. Well, that's what the white man is. He is a lion and a vicious bear that tears us and mauls us to pieces, man, and eats us, man. What you got, bro? That's it? Go ahead. You can read the article.
Come.
Grab it.
This is an article out of the Washington Post.
We got an article from Washington Post about Harris, the one the woman you went crazy about, the first black woman vice president. Let's read what she said. Let's read about her.
Kamala Harris brought sex work into the 2020 spotlight. Here's what she should do next.
Mm-hmm.
This was September 27th at the Judiciary Committee hearing in 2018. On Tuesday, Kamala Harris became the first mainstream U.S. presidential candidate to publicly state she supports the decriminalization of sex work.
Right. She supports the decriminalization of sex work. Like she's going to support decriminalizing prostitution. Now imagine that bill get passed, and let's see the age limit on it. Like what if you can be 16 or 18.
Right.
Your daughter's going to be able to sell her tail, sell her vagina, and live in your house.
Right.
She's gonna live in your house, and your own daughter's gonna be selling for money, her body for money, and you ain't gonna be able to do nothing about it. You're gonna try to tell her to stop, tell her she can't do it, and she can sue you for that, or you can get locked up for it because it's her right if the bill gets passed to sell her tail.
Right.
Go ahead.
I don't come. In an interview with The Root, the career prosecutor and junior senator from California was asked, "Do you think that sex work ought to be decriminalized?" She answered, "I think so. I do." She later added that when you are talking about consenting adults, I think that yes, we should really consider that we can't criminalize consensual behavior as long as no one is being harmed.
As long as no one's being harmed. It's ridiculous, man.
Right.
Instead of what? Instead of how about giving us a damn job so we ain't gotta sell our ass.
Right.
Give us a job. Help us, you can create jobs and create a package or a program when she ain't gotta sell her behind. Once again, that's what these Democrats or Republicans, mostly Democrats, they're about that. If you pay attention, they're about legalizing lust. Because they know the people are lust-filled and lustful. So they like, you know what? We're gonna play with their emotions and say anything that's your lust, just legalize it.
Right.
They just legalized cocaine in Portland. Cocaine is legal in Portland now. Decriminalized. You know what I'm saying? Homosexual marriage is legal. They got the homosexual parades that happen every year in DC and California. It's disgusting because they be having little kids
Right.
at a grown, homosexual parade.
Right.
Pedophilia is gonna be next. Pedophilia is already happening under the umbrella of the homosexual community. We're gonna wrap up the class, but I brought all these things out just to show you. Rather you went with Trump or Biden, black people, we are in trouble, and hell is coming to us, man. The Lord is gonna punish us,
Right.
And what we gotta do is to avoid that punishment is come back to God and obey Him, man.
That's right.
Obeying, any American president, they're gonna stand for evil, wickedness. They're not gonna stand for anything good or anything holy. That's what we gotta understand and know. All right. Did you have any questions, brother? All right. Okay. With that, anybody have any questions in the room? Salaki, anybody have any questions? Okay. All right. Well, then we're gonna pass the class to Priest and Trooper. The Trooper Awadi.
We are the I.S.U.P.K. out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or a sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18:21 and Malachi 3:8-10. Means 10th in Hebrew and is pronounced ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free willing offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocation. Remind Akim and Akwakim to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, you should start wearing all black, which includes black boots, black shirts, black pants, black headband, and scarf. And with that, I say, Elijah.